Hey, what's up and welcome to this InstaThumbs review. I have the software right beside me. I've just played around with it today and yesterday. It's really intuitive, and so I want to share my experience with you and also what I know about YouTube and video marketing, because that's probably why you're watching this review. You want to make more money using video like YouTube, Vimeo, or whatever else platform you have. And so, creating high click-through thumbnails is really important, but it's just one factor to ranking videos and getting traffic and making sales, generating leads, and so on and so forth. There's 5 factors in total that I want to share with you in this video as well. And what you can also expect from this video is me demonstrating how to use the templates, the elements, and the decorations inside InstaThumbs. I really like InstaThumbs for very select few reasons. Reasons that Canva doesn't have. And if you know Canva, that's a free graphic design tool. You can make thumbnails with Canva as well, and I've been doing that for some time, but it lacks some decorations that InstaThumbs has, which really makes your thumbnails pop, which means increased click-through rate, increased traffic, conversions, higher rankings, and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to be going through in this video. I'm also going to show you the upgrades to InstaThumbs, the O2Os, upsells, and I'm also going to show you the pros and cons. There are some things that are not perfect, but most of it is good. And last but not least, if you do decide to get InstaThumbs for yourself, I do have a bonus page that you can access by clicking the link in the video description, and it will take you to where you can see all these bonuses that I put together for you to increase your chances of success with YouTube. And so you can check that out whenever you want, preferably at the end of this video you can check it out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just briefly talk about the 5 factors to ranking your YouTube video on the #1 spot of search or related videos. And if you don't care about this, you can just click on this timestamp right here and it will take you directly to the demonstration of InstaThumbs. But let's get into the 5 factors just so you know exactly why you would need InstaThumbs in the first place. So let's go. Alright, so the 5 factors to ranking your YouTube video on spot #1 is, the first one is title, description, and tags. This is basically you telling YouTube where to show your video. That's pretty obvious. So once your video is uploaded, it will be shown a little bit to a few select people on YouTube based on your title, tags, and description. And YouTube will look for a high click-through rate. That's the most important thing. And that's where your thumbnail comes in, and your title, and your first sentence of your description, and also the hover GIF. Basically everything you can see when you search on something or when you see a video. The thumbnail is the first thing, then the title is obviously there. You can also see a little bit of the description, and if you hover your mouse, at least on desktop, on the thumbnail, there will be a preview of the video. All these things has to do with your click-through rate. The higher the better. Now, the third factor is watch time. So what's the average watch time whenever people watch your video? Do people watch 5 minutes? Do some people watch 2 minutes? What's the average? Maybe it's 2.5 minutes. That's not a good watch time, by the way. You would want at least 5 minutes is like an average watch time for most people. And so depending on the size or length of your video, you'll want a good percentage of that video being watched. And that's the fourth key or factor, is the average watch time. Now, if you have a 1-minute video, it's easy to get that watch time up. So that's why the watch time is also important. And the fifth factor is engagement, such as comments, likes, shares, and embeds. So that's pretty easy to understand. As you can see, there's many factors that goes into ranking a video. Thumbnail is just one of them, but it is one of the most important ones together with the title. So with that being said, let's go into InstaThumbs, and I'm here right now. It's going to show some tips when you log in, and it'll show you what you can do. So here's an example of doing gradient texts. Here it's showing how you can do circular images, basically adding an image to any shape. As you can see here, you can create text layouts, and this is what I really like about it, because you can really customize your text and make it pop. So there's a lot of tips you can see here. There's the sticker effect, image filters, custom Google fonts, text borders, all these things, and that's like mini tutorials on how you can use this yourself. As I said in the beginning of this video, it's very intuitive to use. So once you're on the inside, this is what it looks like. Very basic, very simple. So you can go here with a template, or you can start from scratch. So what I would recommend is going with a template, and there's a ton of templates right here. So it's based all on categories here on the drop down menu, or you can also search for a thumbnail. So here's everything. If we go to animals, then it's gonna show animal related thumbnails here, and you can scroll through it. You can go to whatever category you like. Now what you'll see here is thumbnails are basically just background images with text or shapes on top, right? So what you can do when you go through this is that you don't really have to like use I mean, you can customize the thumbnails for any niche you like. So for the baby one, for example, let's say you like this style right here, back to school hacks. Then you can click on this. And of course you can change it to a different style. So basically a thumbnail is just an image. And here we have a gradient background with some text on top. So let me show you why I like InstaThumbs compared to Canva, which we have here. So with Canva you can choose a thumbnail, and here you have some text, right? But you can't really add any shadows, you can't add any gradient background like this one, for example. And so your thumbnails are not gonna pop a lot with Canva. With InstaThumbs, because you can do stuff like the gradient, let's say I want to change the gradient. Where is it? Here. See gradient, you can choose a different color for that. Maybe you want more greenish, and then maybe you want to change this text to white so it matches the gradient a little better, right? Maybe that's cool. I mean, I did like the other orange mango color, but anything you want. There's tons of different gradients here, as you can see. Let's go with this one, and let's change this back to black. And so if you want a shadow, you can also do that. Where is shadow? Here. So you can do like for the text, add shadow. Here you can change the color of the shadow. Let's do a white. And let's make it a little bit smaller. This is a blur. You can make it a little bit closer. So now it looks good. Okay. See, now it pops a little bit more. If you want an outline, you can do that as well. Extra outline. Well, it's kind of like maybe a little overkill with the shadow as well, of course. But now I have like a better shadow, I guess. You can do filters too. I don't really use this. But here's the thing. It's really easy to create. As you can see, every time you add text to a thumbnail, you would want like a background box like this. And that's included in every text. So if you want to add text, you can choose different fonts, as you can see here. There's different fonts. There's different gradient text, as you can see like this. Different styles. If you want this, for example, I'm gonna use this. Now when I edit it, it's gonna look like this, but when I click away, you can see it's going to take the gradient background and put it into the text. You can create this as well. Now this is getting a little bit busy, so that wouldn't fit for this thumbnail. But that's why I like InstaThumbs, because you cannot do that with Canva. And even if you wanted to do those, texts behind or shapes behind like this, you would have to do it manually, and that's the only thing you can do. And then you cannot really, like if you want to send to backwards, you have to align it. You can't make it pop. Like this would not really pop a lot. If you do like no outline, no shadow. Like this is the best you can do with Canva. With InstaThumbs, you can do the gradient, you can do the shadow, you can do the outline if you have any text. And you can also add stickers. So there's many good ways to make your thumbnails pop. Add some emotion to it like this. Like that. Now, if you want to change the background, you can go here and you can click on select a new background. And there's some really basic ones here, like abstract ones. The quality is better. Right now it doesn't look very good. If you click on it, it will look better. But you can also, of course, add your own. So like this, maybe you like that, and you want to change it. So you want to realign the text back to school hacks. Right, easy to do. Of course, if you want to add your own background, you can search. And here's a lot of images. I believe this is taken from pexels.com, pixabay.com, or unsplash.com to find images. And so you can, of course, add any image you want in here. So I'm going to show you the upgrades in a second and the pros and cons. And then if you want to get this for yourself, you can click the link below in the video description and go to the bonus page, and you can see how you can take your YouTube game to the next level. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. So when you want to save, you click here on download, you give it a name, InstaThumbs. And so I save it, right? And then I can download it here. And no problem with that, it looks good. What I wanted to show you is that if you want to go back to it, you can click here on open and your saved projects will be here. No problem with saving. You can also duplicate any of your thumbnails. If you click here, as you can see, you can duplicate any thumbnail. The only con I have here is that you cannot rename this, at least not right now. So if you want to rename the project, you would have to duplicate it and then create a new name like this and delete the old one. So that's a very small con, as you can see. The only other con I have is that when you want to add some text, as you can see, I want to look for the font, right? So if we have some text here, here's a lot of fonts, right? A lot of fonts, more than you probably need. But if you want to use custom Google font, you'll have to enter it normally. It's not a drop-down menu. That means you'll have to go to Google Fonts, then look for a font that you like, and then you'll have to just manually type it in like this. And then you have Oxygen right here. So that's the only con, or that's two cons in total, very small things. I think it's not a big deal because the fonts that you can use here are plenty. So usually you'll just use one font most of the time when you find your style, and so it's not a big deal. But yeah, all in all, I really like this. Let's just quickly get into the upgrades, whether you need them or not, and then I'll talk a little bit about the bonuses if you do want to get that for yourself. So thanks for watching this video. If you click the link below in the video description, it will take you to the bonus page where you can see all the bonuses that I give away completely free for getting InstaThumbs through this page. I put these together specifically to help you improve your video marketing with YouTube and get more leads, traffic, and sales. So there'll be a separate video on that page going more in depth on these bonuses. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the YouTube comments or send me an email, and I'll be happy to clarify anything that I didn't get through in this video. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.